What up, YouTube? The Lord Seaters on this video are going to be discussing migrant madness. So let's see what they have to say.
Let's talk about the fake gay asylum seekers.
Atheist.
Fake and gay.
Atheist, gay, and abused asylum seekers.
Yes, domestic abused, atheists. Bad luck, isn't it, for them? They've got a real rough...
And just a quick one as well. If you want to watch this without me obviously talking over the top of it, then feel free to go into the description of this video and you'll find the link there. And then that way you can listen to it without me talking.
Time of it lately.
Unfortunate.
Because this isn't a substitute for their video. This is to give my sort of contribution, and hopefully you're here to you want to know what I've got to say when I can eventually get the words out of my mouth.
Lost their faith, then they got beaten, then they became gay. All nonsense, of course, and you may have heard about it before because it's not really a new phenomenon. What's quite new is the BBC are admitting it and have noticed it, and that's quite new. And some of the details are also quite shocking. So, all right, well, let's have a look. So this is a bogus website, Stage Protest and Pretend Atheist Inside the Fake Asylum Industry. And they sent in this undercover reporter, and they found all sorts from fake news websites to staged political protests, bogus medical conditions. Asylum seekers and the advisors helping them are using an array of fabricated evidence to bolster their fake claims. It all amounts to a sham industry, which includes charging migrants for advice on how to pose as gay to claim asylum. Other techniques include paying to write articles in atheist magazines and hiring someone to pretend to be a same-sex partner. So there's so much we can get into. They go to Mile End in East London and they send in their undercover reporter posing as a Bangladeshi student, and they meet this guy, Zahid Hassan Akhand, who calls himself a barrister, but is not actually a practicing barrister. All very...
Surely, I don't know, is that not a fraud issue then? Like, or is it his online persona that he calls himself that? I'm a bit confused about that part.
Dodgy already. And some of the things that he offered were... So between $2,000 and $3,000 to get the type of evidence you need, there's a list somewhere of things that he offers. For a legal fee of $1,500, it'd help them preparing your application, preparing you for the interview, taking repeated mock interviews. But he says they'll need to create evidence, and that's where it would cost $2,000 or $3,000 to get the type of evidence that you...
So there we go. I mean, we all sort of know that these... I don't know. I want to say sham, but it's obviously not a sham. But the fraudulent situation in which the foreigners are sort of banding together to make sure they can take advantage of the system. It's becoming like a huge issue that we really need to deal with.
You want, but this guy's happy to help, and if the reporter was to declare himself an atheist, the process would start with making posts on social media, insulting Islam or the Prophet Muhammad. And the guy says to him, religious clerics will start making comments threatening to kill you. Then you'll see that your evidence has been created. So that's how you know when the clerics are threatening to kill you. Like, this is exactly what we needed. Now you're going to get a much more realistic application. And so maybe we can have a quick look at the video where he's telling him how to go about it. The undercover reporter is being spoken to.
Yeah, so I mean, I've already seen some videos in the past of some of these individuals involved in this, either they wanted to or they didn't, and they retreated out of these sort of situations. But we need more and more of this coming to light, to be honest. The more and more evidence we have, the better.
We can play a simple...
এভিডেন্সে আমি ওই যে কয়েকটা জায়গায় পাঠাইতে পারি, কয়েকটা রেফার করতে পারি আমি ওই জায়গায় গেলে ওরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি যারা ওই কমিউনিটি, বাকি সবাই এথিস্ট, ওই কমিউনিটিটা আপনার হেল্প করতে পারে, তারা কি কাজ করে এই ব্লগে লিখতে পারেন। এই ব্লগে হয়তো বা আপনাকে আপনার ব্লগে লিখলে আপনি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া আছে, এখন কে পাবলিশ করবে না এটার জন্য কেউ বসে থাকে না। সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া আছে, সোশ্যাল মিডিয়াতে লিখতে হবে।
তো ওই সব ওয়েবসাইটগুলো যদি আবার জানে যে আমি এথিস্ট না, পরে আবার সমস্যা হবে।
কে এথিস্ট না এটা তো জানার কোনো সিস্টেম নাই। আপনি যেভাবে প্রচার করেন ওইটাই। আপনি যদি প্রকাশন বলা শুরু করেন আপনি এথিস্ট, তাহলেই তো আপনি এথিস্ট। আপনি আমাদের মাত্র বললেন যে আপনি এথিস্ট না, আপনি এথিস্ট না, এটা তো চেক করার কোনো সিস্টেম নেই।
So one route is pretend you're an
I mean, I'll let him continue because I've got some thoughts. But
atheist and start writing on social media. I mean,
I don't understand how that's relevant in any way. I mean, yeah, you can get around the fact you might not want a certain religion, but if you want me to be really if you want me really to draw a line in the sand, then I'd just say, well, you're not Christian anyway, so you're still essentially on the wrong path. And I know some atheists are not going to like that, but That is true. If you are not on God's path, i.e., Christian, then you are on the enemy's path, and it's as simple as that. I know you're probably going to get upset and type some nonsense about me being brainwashed or some other relevant comments like that. I mean, feel free to knock yourself out. But that is honestly the God's honest truth. As a former atheist, you are on the wrong path if you are not on Christ's path.
All right.
There's loads more.
It's completely shameless, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Utterly shameless. All for Gibbs. Also, they can live here and make more money than they could ever dream of in Bangladesh.
Yeah, yeah, and the Pakistan and all these other countries.
Yeah, all the other countries. Like, you can't send me back to Syria or Iraq because they will torture and maybe even kill me for being an atheist. And we, people at the Home Office, just go, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you've got to stay here forever
Yeah,
then.
but you've done a social media post. How could that be faked?
But there's the other bit, though. It's also they're thinking of how are we going to respond to people who will call for their deportations if they commit crimes? Well, they can't go back because they're gay. They can't go back because they're atheists. They can't go back because they don't have chicken nuggets there.
Yeah, so it suits.
Yeah, you just need to get rid of all these sort of outlying reasons that they keep managing to manifest. Like, doesn't matter. You're not from here. You committed a crime while you're here. You're going back to where you came from. And if that means we dump you on France's beach, then we dump you on France's beach. Like, I don't know. Just reverse the polarity on where they came from. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go off on a rant, but
The sort of activist judges and the system.
Well, they have got chicken nuggets there. They're just not as tasty as British chicken nuggets.
You know, I mean, you're right, because they all went through one theme that keeps coming.
that's one of the audacious things that they do, though. They come here and then in these hotels, they complain about the food. And granted, hotel food's never going to be like 10 out of 10 the best in the world, but better than the slop from the countries where these people come. Like, it seems to be America has spent so long misrepresenting that our food is bad here, that now other countries see fit to be able to think they can do the same. When it's like I say, it's a misnomer. The food is good here, and two, these people are coming from countries where they eat slop.
Up here is like, oh yeah, I've never had an application rejected. So all these people, it's never failed. This incredible scheme.
Yeah. The Home Office just take anything these people say and go, oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
tick, you can stay. Bring your whole family then, in fact, now.
Yeah,
Change my-
No, it seems like me in the Home Office, it's anything for an easy life, which is not what that job should be about. It should be, not having an easy life. It should be really going for everywhere fine-tooth comb.
Elios is implying the political motivation is there to not see the obvious. So the political route was difficult, Akan said, requiring a legal case to be made against the applicant in their home country. Much easier was pretending to be gay because they will not dig too much into your past story. For gay cases, it's private, but politics and atheism are public. I think
This case is gay.
Atheism seems about the same to me, but so establishing that is a bit difficult. So he said we could connect you with people who we know who do these things. So for a fake gay claim, the kind of evidence they provide includes membership in different clubs, taking you to different clubs. Since in the asylum interview, you'll be asked which clubs you attend and similar questions. You'll also be given a partner, and that partner will provide a letter saying, yes, he was my partner. Well, that's...
I'm very, very annoyed. This is actually making me very angry that they're going to these sort of lengths as well. I mean, I'm aware of some of the other scam activities to ensure that they can stay here, but this is a new one on me. It's like
Infallible, then.
Like tell them which clubs that they could go through. I mean, at least the Home Office seem to be doing some sort of check and like maybe even trying to catch them out by asking them this kind of question. But surely at some point they've got to know that they are just lying. In some way, I wish that these people were Christian when they came here and whatnot, because there are serious repercussions for lying, and they become more apparent when you are Christian, I would say. You notice repercussion for telling a lie a lot more, and that's why you don't do it. And these people are just getting away with lying indiscriminitely. Rather annoying, I must say.
So that's how you pretend to be gay.
Gay for pay.
If you go to those associations, you will not get caught out. Most of the people there are not gay. And the reporter says, have you dealt with similar cases where you know they're not gay or atheists, but it was successful? Everyone is being successful, God willing, Akan responded. If you listen and get the evidence arranged properly, it will be successful. Amazing. And
It's ultimately so they can live here, get benefits here, use
Yeah.
the NHS,
yeah,
maybe have a job where it just pays a lot more than what they would get in
by the end
Bangladesh
of
or wherever.
yeah,
It's all just to sponge off us.
by the end of the 3 articles I read on this, I was just furious. I was just like,
Yeah, of course.
I'm just,
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm getting quite annoyed, but I don't want to get into like raging rants on YouTube because obviously they get clipped and used forever when you get angry. So I'd rather not lose my temper with this. But yeah, I am seriously annoyed.
death penalty for
It's
everyone.
says-
infuriating. Yeah.
He told him to first decide whether you will do it on atheism grounds or on gay grounds.
Exactly.
Then I will draw you a full outline.
Pick atheist or gay, and then we're ready to go.
Because it's not like it's, rather, it is a zero-sum game. For every NHS appointment they get, for every job they get, it's one less for the people that are already here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amen, amen. And that might not have been an issue, I suppose, at certain times in the past, where, we'll say, I don't know, but go back as far back as 2005, and it wasn't really that much of an issue. They weren't really soaking up that many jobs. But now at this point in 2026, they definitely are soaking up so many jobs and so many hospital appointments and everything else that they are placing undue strain on the system.
So it's not just like an endless gravy train, and we're just being mean by not sharing it with everyone else in the whole world. It's not that, is it? It's not how it goes. The thing that's most infuriating.
Yeah, because you have to contribute as well. And people who think that it's unchristian to not let these people in the country, if they're not working, then they should not eat, and that is from the Bible itself. So take it up with God if you think that. Yeah, we should be nice to foreigners, but only if they're going to be working and stuff. Otherwise, I see no qualms at the minute about being overly nice to people that do nothing but take advantage of my benevolence.
Infuriating to me, perhaps the element of it is that in the first instance anyway, we had all these things out of sort of benevolence, out of the goodness of our heart, to let certain types of asylum seekers, genuine asylum seekers, people that were genuinely fleeing from persecution stuff, and they're just absolutely making a complete mockery out of everything. It just couldn't be any more shameless, any more sort of morally disgusting.
Right.
to me.
There's a complete moral vacuum. I don't think these people even know what morals are. I know it is as disgusting as it could possibly be. Legal advisors help.
Yep, this is, I know atheists aren't going to like this, but this is like a sort of secular atheist system being taken advantage of by a religion, and the atheists are just completely incapable of defending themselves or us whilst being in charge. Maybe time that we, quit this secular atheist undercurrent in society, because it's not helping. And whether you like it or not, we are a Christian country, so it's maybe time that we start leaning into that a bit more, seeing as God gives us firm, defined rules on what we can and can't do.
Migrants posed as gay to get asylum, undercover BBC investigation finds. So this is the more detail on the gay part. So there's a whole list of things they do here. So again, their undercover reporter went in. They found that one law firm charged up to $7,000 to bring a fabricated asylum claim and promised that the chance of refusal by the Home Office was very low. Fake asylum seekers visited GPs pretending to be depressed in order to get medical evidence to bolster their cases. One even lying about being HIV positive. That one seems more like something you'd have to prove. But
I mean, surely if you're going to lie about one, would you not lie about the being depressed rather than the HIV one? Because surely that one they can test for. No? Unless they then say, oh, I can't do a test because it's not halal or something. God knows.
one immigration advisor boasted that she had spent more than 17 years helping bring fake claims and said she could arrange for someone to pretend they'd had a gay sexual relationship with a client. Our undercover reporter was even told he could bring his wife over from Pakistan once he got asylum in the UK, and she could then make a fake claim pretending to be a lesbian. And that one comes up later. It's absolutely shocking. So you
Can I just make a point
Yes.
about this? Because I've seen this in the news cycle the last couple of days. Just to stress the point that this isn't a small thing. This isn't a small number of cases like this that the BBC's just happened to find. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of people every single year doing.
Yeah, this isn't just a few individuals. taking advantage of the system. This is the ones that have been spotted, and this is happening in a ubiquitous manner all around the United Kingdom. So just think about how many thousands of people are doing this, thus letting in many tens of thousands.
This a
Or
giant
allowing many tens of thousands to stay in the country once they're here, I should say.
industry of the people offering to help them.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just
This
it's
is
not
grass
just one
labor.
or two.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing.
Yeah, it's a whole industry.
A blight on our
Industry
society.
has been going on for decades. I mean, she said 17 years there. So yeah. Yeah, and again, this one's saying, fee of 1,500 or further 2,000, 3,000 to create evidence. And this is an incredible video about it. So they basically went to an event in Beckton, and they admit at the event. I mean, look at the picture for a start. Are these people gay?
Why is it censored though? What? Like, is it because they're foreign or because they're gay or in combination of both? And if they reveal their identities and they get sent back home, then they could face death. Or is that why?
Or do they all look exactly like
How can
migrants?
how can we tell? Sorry, Nick.
Because they're not dressed well. You can see from the bottom half. It's completely obvious. This guy explains it here. These are people at the event just blatantly saying, nah, there's no gays here.
One after another, those attending tell our undercover reporter that many people at the meeting are not really gay.
मैं तो नहीं
No, I mean, wait.
इसमें 1% भी नहीं 1% जानते हो 0.01% भी नहीं मुझे पता कोई भी नहीं है बट मोस्ट ऑफ द नहीं है जब इंटरव्यू देना ना आपने शर्म भूल जानी बस इतनी सी बात है असल में गे तो नहीं हूं कोई भी नहीं असल बात है
Nobody.
I am pissed. I am actually very, very annoyed. Yeah, we need to stamp down on this as soon as possible. I'm going to leave my video if you want to check out the rest of the Lotus Eaters video. The link is in the description, and I'm going to check out later. I've just been on a really long walk and got back, and I'm quite tired. And this is starting to make me feel very angry. So I'll leave it here for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for dropping by.